sir, it's me again. I like the audio in the car, by the way. The audio seems to be just fine. If you don't like the audio, maybe you can contribute to my Cash App, and I'll get a microphone, expensive microphone. Cash App is in the description, by the way, so, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. It's a nice day, Sunday. We're out here. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm going to turn the AC on. Sheesh. Oh, gotta put the AC up. Alright. I'm sweating in the car. I didn't even notice until I looked at myself in the camera. But, what I wanted to touch on today is okay, so, two things. One, I gotta remember because I didn't write this down. One is how my father was quick to tell me that I was never a Jehovah's Witness. Or you were never a Jehovah's Witness because you weren't baptized. And it's crazy because in a couple of comments in my last video, I actually said that same thing. And it's like, oh, you went a J-dub because you weren't baptized. And I'm like, so I had to think about it a little bit for a second, because, okay, yeah, I wasn't a J-dub because I was not baptized. You're right. I was not officially a J-dub because I wasn't baptized. That's facts. That's 100% facts. I was not officially a J-dub. But I remember I experienced every moment of it. I experienced not celebrating the holidays, getting sent to the principal's office and sitting there like a weirdo because I was not a member of society. Like I remember looking weird. All the kids was doing this the Pledge of Allegiance. Remember the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you remember the Pledge of Allegiance? Do y'all remember the Pledge of Allegiance? Yeah, we all did the Pledge of Allegiance. I remember being in 3rd grade. I was a weirdo sitting down doing the Pledge of Allegiance, not doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So, for him to like boastfully say, oh, you were never a J-dub because you were never baptized. Oh, that's an arrogant statement. That's disrespectful. I love my dad. I love my parents, by the way. Don't get it twisted. My parents, my parents, they taught me a lot about life. Like they motivated me in a lot of ways. And I feel like a lot of people, I was just watching that show Mackenzie last night. Your parents will motivate you in negativity too, like it's not just positivity. You can't just be shit. There's a story I gotta tell you guys in a little bit that I experienced with my kids, with my one kid, my oldest, my 21-year-old, because I'm not with their mom. That it's like you don't always get what you want. Like you would think I would hate my parents because I was raised in a cult, but it's like, no, I don't hate them. I never hated them. I hated the fact that they tried to shun me, and then they changed their mind eventually. But I don't hate my parents. I would never do that. I never did that even when I was 21. When I was 20 years old, I never hated my parents. I was upset. I was bitter, but I never turned on them to the point where if that phone rang or that text message came through, even though there wasn't text messages back then, really. But my parents weren't even really texting it. My parents still don't text message till this day. But if that phone rang, I would have never done it. But guess what? Guess what I'm going through right now with my 21-year-old? You can imagine. But I will touch on that later. I'll touch on that eventually. When I feel like it. But I'm just trying to say, like my dad boastfully said, you were never a J-dub, and I'm like, okay, so why didn't I celebrate Halloween? Why didn't I celebrate Thanksgiving? Why didn't I celebrate Christmas? If I was never a J-dub, how are you gonna say that? That's arrogant. That's ignorant. That's distasteful. There's nothing right about saying anything like that to anybody. So that's what I want to touch on right now. But I want to also touch on how religion absolutely has to be be part of your lifestyle. Like it has to enhance your lifestyle. You know, if you're like any religion, like I touched on in my first video, it's like the Muslims. You know, like it's not even just the Muslims, the Jews, the who else? We got the Jews, we got the Mormons, we got like your religion has to enhance your lifestyle. It has to benefit you in the world beneficially. And the crazy thing about Jehovah's Witnesses is they're not even allowed to talk to people that are not Jehovah's Witnesses unless they're witnessing to them, right? So you would think they would open up like a Amazon and have all these witnesses working there and getting paid big money. You know, like, hey, we can't talk to anybody else anyway, so let's open up an Amazon type of deal. And so we and I know some of them have that kind of money. Not all of them are destitute and poor. So it's like, why can't they open up an Amazon type deal and they all work there so that they don't have to talk to anybody? You know, why? It makes sense. But I that's my strong opinion. My strong opinion is your religion has to make you the most optimum human being to exist. Like, you can't find, like, you know, this is why secret societies, you know, like I can't think of the name right now, but you have secret societies like, oh man, I can't think of them right now. But you know, they have all them little symbols and all this and that. I'm sure somebody can say it in the comment. They got all them little symbols, and guess what? They help each other out. They help each other out. They're not trying to get anything from the government. They all just help each other out. And I wish I wrote this damn secret society down because I can't think of it right now. Man, I would need a second. And I don't really want to take a second. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get 30 seconds. Sorry for the I shouldn't be doing this, but because that's bad radiomanship. I need like 30 seconds to think about this. The Masons, Freemasons. There we go. Freemasons, the Masons, secret societies. And you know what? A long time ago, you could kind of consider Jehovah's Witnesses like the Masons, like the Freemasons. You know, and I think a lot of people they got that curiosity, like the Freemason curiosity to join the witnesses. You know, and I think that was part of it. They was like, oh, this is a secret society. We're gonna understand. We have all this information that nobody else has. We're gonna help each other out, and I think that's what a lot of people that joined the witnesses thought. But you end up broke at the end of the day. 90% of them end up poor, giving up their life, their livelihood, to time in the witnessing. You know, so it's like, well, my whole thing is like, you know, you got Masons, you got Jews, you got Mormons, you got whatever. It don't even matter. You don't even have to have a religion. Just people helping each other out, you know. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and now when they help each other out, they have nice things. You know, they have nice things. They have nice things. You know, I heard there was a lot of ex-JWs mention how Jehovah's Witnesses they yearn for for other people's properties. OPP. Remember that song? You know, an OPP? Yeah, you know me, in the 90s. I'm being a clown. But yeah, okay, so yeah, they'll go door to door and then they'll go to a big ass house and they'll be like, oh, well, I hope you die in Armageddon. After they get rejected, they'll be like, I hope you die in Armageddon so I can get your house. You know what I'm saying? So I've heard that before. And guess what? If I would have went to a big house and I was like a hardcore J-Dub, because I was close to it, you know, I probably would have said the same thing. Like, hey, you know what? This is a nice house, nice cars, and after you're gone, I'm gonna have this facility for myself. But yeah, but I think I really do. I came to touch on the fact that, like, I really do believe. Damn, I've been here for almost 10 minutes. This is long. This is long. I thought I was only gonna be able to do like 5 minutes of every show. But yeah, your religion should reflect your lifestyle, and it should be optimum. Period. Take care. Subscribe. Donate. And I will be with y'all all the way. Have a good one.